waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I
Can you turn your light off? Oh, yeah, it's hard for me to sleep like this.
I'm almost out of this chapter. I got about 30 more minutes.
30 minutes?
Yeah.
I can't sleep. All right.
A few moments later.
Babe, I mean, it's been 10 minutes. Can you please shut it off? I got to wake up early in the morning.
I have about 20 more minutes on this chapter. This is my only time to read.
I understand, but I have to get up early in the morning. Can you just read in the morning? I mean, I have a lot I have to do tomorrow.
Didn't you just get a sleep mask?
You know what? You right.
Use it.
Manta sleep, baby.
I don't know how you put that thing on.
It's actually comfortable. Pitch black. I don't have to worry about your light. I'll be able to sleep just fine.
Well, enjoy it. Looks good on you.
This actually feels good. Oh, good night, baby.
Good night, love you.
Love you too.
Ladies and gentlemen, check out Manta Sleep. The link to the website is in the description of this video. Make sure that you use promo code TDPHINSTALK. That is TDPHINSTALK. Again, make sure you check them out. Supporting our sponsors is supporting the channel. If you can't sleep when it's bright, these masks will turn out the light. Manta Sleep. Check them out.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans, where we try to provide you the most accurate information as possible. That's sometimes hard to make possible for the simple fact that even news outlets get it wrong. Even credible sources get it wrong. And here we are on Thursday morning, and it looks like Slater's reporting yesterday sent the entire media community into a buzz where they all reported what Slater reported. But it turns out Slater's reports might have actually been false. Slater reported around 5 p.m. that the investigation has been concluded. Late Sunday night, the Sun Sentinel achieved the police report and spoke to the police, and they said that the investigation is ongoing. Late last night. These were their words. Then we got an update that the victim now wants to officially press charges. I was like, this is just going back and forth too much. So at the end of the day, let me wait to see where this is coming from. And as of this morning, multiple outlets, including the Sun Sentinel, NBC6, they all have reported the details of this case from a factual standpoint now, no longer a standpoint of this is what's being said, this is what's believed, and a source is saying direct information from the police report and direct information from the police has officially been released. Okay, I'm going to share those direct reports with you. First and foremost, the allegations that there was video has been officially confirmed. The video shows Tyreek Hill open palm slapping the man in the back of the neck because the man was trying to confront two women and tell them they need to get off the boat because they are not allowed on the boat. Tyreek Hill then got hostile and argued with the gentleman, slapped him on the back of the neck. Then the report said that Tyreek Hill proceeded to charge at him, but was restrained before he could get to him again. And then the victim took off and Tyreek Hill fled the scene. That's what the report is saying. Two women were on a boat, unauthorized. The man confronted them about being on the boat. Tyreek Hill stepped in and slapped the man on the back of the neck. This is what the report is saying. Then ran towards the man as if he was going to do more, but he was restrained before he could get to him. And then the victim ran away and Tyreek fled the scene. This is what the report is saying. Okay? This isn't what a source told me or anything. This is what the official report has been reported to say. Okay? Now, yesterday, the investigation was supposedly closed, but Sun Sentinel, like I just told you, said that the investigation, even late last night, was still open. Omar Kelly actually wrote an article this morning showing the contradiction that Slater reported mid-evening that it was closed, but then Sun Sentinel later that night showed that it was actually open as of at night. So we're trying to figure out what's up with the discrepancy with that. Okay. Now, it has also been disclosed that the man now wants to press charges, criminal charges. So it looks like he will be making a trip to the district attorney's office to press those charges. District attorney will have a conversation with him, I'm sure. This is me talking now, not what the report says. This is me, just letting you know I want to separate the two. District attorney will probably sit down and have a conversation with the man, let the man know whether or not, they're going to be able to charge Tyreek. And it'll go from there. So honestly, y'all, this is now going to be a waiting game to actually see if he's going to be charged. This notion that he's not going to be charged is 100% false right now. Now, with the guy saying he wants to press charges, he will have to go follow the process to do so. Then we have to wait and see if the district attorney decides they want to go ahead and charge him, especially being that there is video evidence of the crime. Because, ladies and gentlemen, based off of the report, it was a crime. It was assault. Now, how bad the assault and what level, misdemeanor, felony, or whatever you want to call it, that's up to the district attorney. I don't know. Now, that's from the legal standpoint. Now we have a huge issue on the football field that everybody wanted to brush over. Everybody wanted to call me a liar with my initial reporting that turned out to be 1,000% correct. Everybody wanted to say you just negative, want to start stuff, ain't nothing going to happen, Tyreek's fine. Well, now we have a football issue. This man is going to press charges. And when he press charges, you know what that means? He is going to cooperate with the NFL in their investigation. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to take the homer cap off and be honest for a second, as a matter of fact, let's act like this is Stephon Diggs right now. That way, maybe you can actually be honest with yourself as a Dolphin fan. If it was Stephon Diggs and a man pressed charges against him for slapping him in the back of the head, and the NFL has footage of it, which y'all know it's going to come out at some point, everybody's going to get to see it, which is going to make it even worse. There's real footage of this incident happen. And if it happened exactly as the police said, which 9.9 times out of 10 it is, where he slapped him in the back of the head, then went after him until he was restrained to cause him from doing more. And the man ran and Tyreek fled the scene. And that's on video. Let me tell you something. No matter how you want to slice the cake, he can easily get suspended now, especially with the victim willing to cooperate in the investigation. And another thing, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I had no idea about certain things with Tyreek Hill that I found out last night. Tyreek Hill has a history of violent situations. And this is why it could be an issue. This is why the NFL may be forced to take action. After doing my research last night, I had no idea that Tyreek Hill pled guilty. Not convicted is like, oh, I'm innocent and then convicted guilty. You know, he pled guilty. He basically said, yes, I did it. Strangled and beat his pregnant girlfriend. This ain't no speculation. This is a fact. And I don't know. People looked at me like I'm crazy because I was shocked when I found this out last night on the round table. And I looked it up and I read up on it and I was stunned. How did I not know this out of all of these years? I think it was back in 2014. He beat up his pregnant girlfriend or whatever. I don't know if it was wife or girlfriend. Beat her up and strangled her and pled guilty. And pled guilty to it. The judge decided to give him 3 years of probation and anger management classes. And this is the key. This isn't about what Tyreek did in the past. I believe that no matter what you do in your past, God forgives, and who are we to judge? But I'm talking about the implications that it can have now because he has a history of violence. So this isn't me trying to say, oh, he is terrible and all this and that. I can't believe he did that in the past. I'm letting you know what he did in the past so that you understand how the NFL will view it now, because I am a believer in God and I am a believer that he sent his son to forgive us for our sins. So he who without sins cast the first stone. I'm not here to cast a stone on Tyreek Hill. I personally hope that he's a better man from what happened in the past, and I'm not here to judge him. I am truly, honestly bringing this up to show you all how the NFL can view this as a historic pattern for him. So he was given probation for 3 years in the anger management classes. Remember anger management classes, okay? And as a part of the plea deal, Once he completed the 3 years in anger management, they would expunge it from his record and delete it from his record, in which they did. And ever since then, Tyreek Hill said it never happened. They expunged it, so it is what it is. And then there was another incident that happened, I believe, while he was getting drafted or in the NFL. And the NFL decided not to suspend him for it because it did not violate the code of conduct, something with beating his child or something like that. I didn't read that one too much. But the reason why I bring these things up is because now they're starting to stack up events. These events are starting to stack up, and the NFL may look at this as a situation where he still has an anger issue. He still has an anger problem because, according to reports, this man he attacked did not put his hands on Tyreek. He basically confronted the party and told them they're not allowed on the boat, which caused Tyreek to result in a physical altercation. That's what's being reported. Somebody timed out delusional Patriots fan. I don't have them timed out. But anyway, and if you are timed out, my bad, it'll come back for you, bro. But yeah, so this is more, like I told y'all yesterday, this is a little more serious than put on originally. We don't know if Tyreek Hill at this point will be available for week 1. We don't know what's going to go on in this situation. The NFL is investigating it. Miami is being real quiet about it. Nobody on Tyreek's side is saying anything, but the victim is definitely out here chirping. The police are giving up the information that's pertinent to the investigation, and the marina isn't being quiet about it either, which typically tells you there's an issue here. There is an issue here. And all these people want to downplay this. It's nothing. Oh, it ain't going to be nothing. We hope so. But the only reason I think that this might actually turn out to be something from a reprimand standpoint, a punishment standpoint, is because of his history. It's because of his history. One of the reasons he was a late round pick. One of the reasons the NFL had to get involved in the last situation, but they decided he did not violate the code of conduct. But now, what he just did is a violation of the code of conduct, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care how you want to slice it. What he just did was a violation of the code of conduct, and it's on camera. It's not a he say, she say. It's on camera. He violated the NFL code of conduct policy. So a punishment has to be handed down. It's just a matter of what type of punishment. It's that simple. And it amazes me how many people have attacked me just for reporting what's obvious. Thank you, Mike Skowski. I got slapped. I wasn't spamming. TD, if the man was a woman, it would be definite suspension. It's true. I was trying to have a feeling of equality and be like, no, people, the system is equal. People look at it equally. But no, it's true. If it was a woman, it definitely would have. Yeah. But that makes me think, if I'm the victim, I don't even know if I should say this, so I ain't gonna say it, which means I'm probably in the next 20 seconds gonna say it because I'm just so tempted to, and I know I shouldn't. Oh no, I ain't gonna do it. Oh, TD people always hate the truth. Yeah, man. I mean, you should see how many people attacked me yesterday. You're a liar. You were wrong. The charges were, there was no charges. You don't know what you're talking about. First of all, I never said there was going to be charges. So I don't even know. Like, people don't want me to get anything right. They don't want me to have the right story about anything. TD said, speak your mind. See, you see what y'all doing? Y'all want me to get in trouble. Y'all want me to just, you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna say it anyway because I actually wanted to, regardless. I was gonna say, because they were like, if it was a woman, then man, if you think about it, it's 2023. In 2023, you know how I was making a joke yesterday about, if that would have happened to me, I would have, I can't even see no more. He hit me, I'm getting paid. Man, in 2023, oh man. I would make this situation look so bad. He attacked me because I identify as something else, and he don't. I would have made the situation look so bad. I identify with another community, and that would have been all that needed to happen. The media would have went wild. The media would have went wild. That's what's crazy about it. The media would have took off. I would have had people protesting at Dolphin Stadium with all kind of flags. And they're gonna be like, he lying. He ain't don't identify. Now they're shaming me for how I feel. So I mean, these days you can claim whatever you want. So man, you claim whatever you want, man. And regardless if you're lying or not, ain't nobody gonna dare question it. And if you question it, you're getting in trouble. You're getting in trouble. Oh my gosh. Man. I'm suing for 10 million. 10 million. TD, if you do that, they'll make you prove it. No, they can't make you prove it. They can't make you prove it. They can't make you prove it. If I feel like a woman, I feel like a woman. Matter of fact, I was thinking about transition, and now I can't anymore because I have to remain a man to defend myself because of what happened. I'm traumatized. I don't know. I just make stuff up. I'm telling you, it ain't nothing you can prove, and you don't have to. Look at what's happening in society. You got to prove nothing. Oh, man, you got to prove nothing. Oh, man, see, y'all get me in trouble. Aunt TD, $10 million in the account. I'll be your auntie, your sister, whatever you want to call it. It is what it is. Oh man. No TD, they're gonna clip this. Well, you know what? They can clip it all they want. This moment made me realize this is truly my calling. All you need to prove is he hit you. I know. You're right. All you need to prove is that I was hit. That's all that need to be proved. Okay. But yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, that is your latest on the Tyreek Hill situation. Again, I never presented my findings and what was told to me as facts either. I never made it facts. I just said what I presented. People attack me. You don't know nothing. You don't have no sources. You don't this, you don't that. And y'all don't understand. The crazy thing is, my source in this situation Only they know. I was questioning them. How can I verify this? And blah 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 and all that. They, at least I know they know that I'm legitimate, because I was saying, is there anyone that I can quote based off of what's being said? I went through that process, and they know, and I can't go into detail. And it's more to this that I can't listen. There's more to this that I still haven't talked about because I can't. There's more to this whole story. There's a little bit more to this whole story. But until the mass media either finds out or reports it, I can't even talk about it. So if it's never reported, it never happened, and we're going to leave it at that. But we'll see. And the only thing that was contradicting from my original report was the verbiage. I told y'all that it was reported that Tyreek told him, I can buy you and 50 of these marinas. The report that came out yesterday was Tyreek said, I could buy you and this boat. That was the only discrepancy in what I said yesterday. And I'm willing to tell you the 50 marinas is probably the more accurate one anyway. So, didn't they get on the wrong boat or something too, supposedly? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. At TDPHINSTALK, why can't you report in it? Why wait for real reporters? Just use the word allegedly. If you knew the information I knew, you would understand. I see why you can't. Like, let me give you an example. This ain't it, but I'll give you an example. If I'm talking directly to the detective that's interviewing the marina people, right? And I tell y'all information that only he knows, he can get in trouble. And that ain't the case. Or you could run with it and say that's the case because you'll be wrong after you find out. You see what I'm saying? So I can't. So the people who give you good stuff, you protect those people because they're reliable. And you alter a few words to make sure that you're protecting them, but given the same meaning. So that's why. That's why. Okay. Anthony Mazzano said, TDPHINSTALK, recent reports said that Miami-Dade police cleared Tyreek of the assault. It wasn't him that hit the guy. Is that wrong? That would be a new report. That would be a whole new twist. So, listen, at the end of the day, when all the footage comes out, that's all that matters. It might have been me on the camera hitting him, and Tyreek was behind me holding me back, and they got it wrong. Time will tell, but you're the first one to ever report something like that. You're the first person, so I don't know where that report came from. You don't have to reveal your sources, LOL. Once again, if certain information only certain people could know, then just telling you the information would be revealing the source. You see what I'm saying? Trust me, if I could tell you and it wouldn't reveal, you'd already know. Just like yesterday, I was the first person to tell you what was said. I could buy you in 50 of these boats or whatever. I could say that without revealing anybody. But nobody else had that until 5 o'clock whenever it came out. And I told people on Twitter, if a police report or somebody comes out and said that Tyreek said that, then you'll know I'm telling y'all the truth. And 3 hours later, a report came out that that's what was said by Tyreek. And that's how you know the information I received was factual. Free Boosie. I don't even know what Boosie locked up for. I know they got him recently, but I don't even know what it was for. I ain't looking to it. Tyreek didn't get suspended for beating a child. Yeah, I think what happened was the NFL, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, I think with the beating a child situation, the NFL showed leniency because that was something that was very prominent in the African American household and culture. Even with some people using religious beliefs behind it. Spare the rod, spoil the child. So I think the NFL kind of gave him a pass on that situation because from a cultural standpoint, that's something that happens, and they just basically said, hey, it can't happen again. So that's why I think it wasn't an issue with him chastising his child. Mexican culture also. I know it's many cultures, but I just wanted to speak specifically to the African American, the typical African American culture, because not all African Americans partake in that. And why am I saying African American culture? I'm the main person that always preaches culture has nothing to do with race. A lot of people think it does. Culture has nothing to do with one's race. Now, a race may predominantly exercise in a culture, but yeah, culture stands on its own. It's what a group of people with like-minded beliefs, principles, and ways they conduct themselves, how their characteristics and how they operate and live their lives. And I'll be honest with you, especially in African American community, I'm sick of what the majority of our people conduct themselves in when it comes to culture. Glorifying, violence, cheating, drugs, and all of that stuff. So, because it's killing us. But that's neither here nor there. Well, it is here or there, but you know what I mean. It's not a part of this topic. But yeah, that is what I was saying before I was timed out. Oh, but even if he beat the kid, they wouldn't follow through with anything since the lady was lying and doctoring evidence. Yeah, I mean, people need to stop comparing the situations. This was different. You just straight out hit somebody that didn't hit you. That is assault. You can't walk around doing that. And this is why I'm trying to tell y'all, the NFL is going to look at the video. The person is going to participate in the investigation, and Tyreek Hill could very well get suspended because they have to hand down some type of penalty. And let me tell you what I don't like about it. Let me tell y'all what I don't like about it. NFL has to bring some type of humility to Tyreek Hill. Not because I want him to, but let me tell you the cherry on top with this situation where the NFL has to do something. Once again, it's his comments. I can buy you and this boat or these marinas. That level of cockiness and disrespect to the consumer, a total disregard, like you're nothing, you're beneath me. Because what people need to understand, when Tyreek Hill made that comment, he didn't make it to that man. He made it to every person that pretty much makes a living just like that man. A lot of people won't look at it that way, but that's what that is. If you felt that way about that man, then you felt that way about all of us. Allegedly. This is part of the police report, though, of what was said. And there's a witness that corroborates that. Alleged comment. Okay? So thank y'all for keeping me honest. Sometimes I just be talking, but that'll keep me honest. Thank you. Allegedly. So if this is allegedly true that it comes out to be a fact that he said it, the NFL has to exercise some level of humility. And how do you do that? Because if you fine him, what you going 50,000? No, that ain't humility. That's nothing because he makes 30 million and the NFL knows that. GTB Good said, why is there no talk about what the guy said to Reek? Because the guy supposedly didn't say nothing to Reek. The guy told the two women that were on a boat that they weren't supposed to be there and they needed to get off, which caused the altercation. And maybe the guy did say, oh, you trash, you ain't nothing, you're this, you're calling him out his name, whatever. After that, I don't know. But what does it matter what he said to him? He could have said your mama stank. And Tyreek Hill could have slapped him. That don't justify it. Well, he deserved it. Well, hey, I'm not knocking. If Tyreek Hill feels like the slap was justified, then all means, hey, that's fine. But just remember, there's consequences. What y'all need to understand, especially about me, whatever decision you make, good or bad, most of the time I really don't have no problem with it, but just don't complain about the consequence that's associated. If you eat that consequence like a man, then okay, hey, you paid for it. You have a right. Hey, you don't have no right to put your hands on nobody. Yeah, you do if you're willing to pay for it. Because that's what you're paying for. If they throw you in jail for life for something, hey, by all means, you paid for it. Just don't complain about the price. You're going blind shopping. You don't know what the price, what it's going to cost you. I don't have a problem with it as long as you pay for it. But if you start complaining about the cost, then oh no, excuse you. Then why did you do it? You don't go to a restaurant that hands you a menu with no prices and you order a steak, mashed potatoes, and green beans and a glass of wine, and they come back and tell you $2,300 and you mad. You ordered this stuff without knowing the price. Pay the price. Don't complain. I would have faked whiplash and rode up to the DA in a wheelchair. I'm not going to comment on that, but I ain't going to comment on that. All I know is the situation may be a little worse than what's being put on. TD, I ain't mad. I'm running 2,300. Put some truffle on them potatoes and you got me. Truffle. You ridiculous. I want to try that steak, TD. Listen, it ain't no different from a $60 steak at Ruth Chris. It can't be no better. It can't be that much better. TD, you always keep 100%. And for that, much love for you. And Easy, I appreciate you, bro, because I ain't claiming to always get it right. But y'all don't understand, man. I have a gift from God to not care what other people think about me. But the thing that does a little bit bother me is the fact that a lot of people believe what others say about me, which gives them a preconceived notion. And they don't like me because of what other people say. Breaking news. Jets safety Chuck Clark suffered a torn ACL and is out for the season. Sources said following the MRI. Clark, who New York Jets traded for, also received a second opinion. This explains the signing of veteran DB Adrian Amos, who fills the void. So they do have somebody filling the void, but Chuck Clark will not be on that field this year. Boy, oh boy. Tough. 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 Mm. Mm-mm-mm. That's crazy. Um, all right, cool. Oh my gosh. Y'all give me 1 second. I may have an update. I just want to see if it's anything new so I can tell y'all real time right now. Um okay, I got it. All right, I got it. Somebody said, "Wake up, TD." Oh man. Yeah, give me one moment. Nah, it's all the same information. They just regurgitating it. No, TD, they're gonna clip this. Clip what? Anyway, back to what I was saying though. Listen, I ain't claiming to be perfect, but on this channel, I have a lot of people that I talk to, a lot of people that voluntarily pass me information about things that's going on inside the organization and outside of it. And trust me when I tell you, I don't just run with what they say. I try to verify what they say. I ask them how if I can get proof or any validation. If it seems credible, I may come live and say, "Hey, this is what I'm being told, but there's no proof of this. So just look out for it." And if it is, if I know it's credible, I'll present it in a way where I protect them, but I tell y'all what's going on. But a lot of times, what y'all don't understand is a lot of these stories sometimes have certain details that don't get released that people know about. And when somebody like me says the detail and I'm the only one said it, I'm called a liar. But it could also be a liability to report it. And remember, I don't work for a major network. I don't do all that stuff. So with that being said, I don't have the same rules as everyone. See, what y'all didn't notice is yesterday at about 2 p.m., when I reported all of those details that nobody reported, did you notice how silent the media was? Did you notice how silent the entire media was? They weren't saying nothing. They were hush mouth. Y'all know why that is, right? They're not allowed to. They go out there and start talking about it. Dolphins gonna be looking at them crazy when they show up to report what's going on in practice. They know what time it is. Let's just shut up, sit on what we know, and wait till, one of the big major, people say something, then we can report what they say. But we don't want to go out and be like, hey, I know that this happened. Like some of these beat writers, they know what's going on, but they like, I ain't making that my first article, and then everybody cite me, and then the organization like, for real? They know. 2:00 yesterday, I gave y'all all those details. They had to wait till 5:00 when Slater says half of them, and half of what he said was a lie, because he got it from a source close to a law enforcement official. Then they start reporting it. Then later that night, Sun Sentinel makes their calls. NBC6, who has almost 400,000 Twitter followers, they make their calls, and they find out this investigation ain't closed. We were told that it wasn't closed late last night. I don't know if this morning it might be closed, but late last night they were told it wasn't closed. Only thing they was fast about, the case is closed. Everybody writing about it. Oh, update on Tyreek Hill. Case is closed. What do you mean update? You ain't reporting nothing initially. Notice what's going on out here, man. Notice what's going on out here. Somebody said, from what I heard, it's closed. Yeah, from what you heard. From what you heard, huh? That's the key word, from what you heard. But notice what's going on around here. Nobody initially reported nothing. Then all of a sudden, all of these articles update on Tyreek Hill's situation. The police have concluded their investigation and closed it. And then late at night, around 8 and 9 p.m., in the thick of dark, when everybody done settled down, oh, yeah, they didn't bring charges. And everybody start going to sleep. Sun Sentinel and NBC6, even on the local news in Miami, reports the latest on Tyreek Hill. As of tonight, we have found out that the investigation is still ongoing. And maybe they are going to close it, and that's what was disclosed. But as of, and Omar Kelly this morning dropped an article that basically said, as of late last night, the investigation was still open as reported by NBC6. But earlier that day, Slater reported that the investigation was concluded. And Omar didn't say there was a contradiction. He just put the contradiction in there and let you read between the lines. Because he ain't finna ruffle feathers with his fellow journalists. He ain't gonna ruffle feathers. So time will tell. No. Somebody said probably the NFL investigation, but police investigation over. No. Why would NBC6 care about an NFL investigation? NBC6 is telling you the investigation is still ongoing. They're not talking about the NFL. They don't care about the NFL. This is the local Miami news trying to talk to the people. They're not sitting here. The NFL investigation is still ongoing, but the police one is over. No. That's not what's happened. Police decided not to press charges. Well, police can't press charges. The police decided not to charge him at that moment. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm telling y'all, based off of my legal background, which I'm not claiming to be an expert, but that's what I studied. Okay, that and business is locked into my head. Law and business. That's where I spent my time in classrooms. And I'm telling you, what happened, what I believe happened was police looked at it. They know it's an assault, but it's Tyreek Hill and it's two men, and it was one hit. He wasn't allowed to pile on. He approached the man, ran toward. They said he ran towards the man after he slapped him the first time. He ran towards him, and then they held him back. So the police are like, technically, see, if we didn't like you and you were an a-hole, we're gonna arrest you right now. But given the circumstance and everything, they told the victim, if you want to press charges, go to the DA office and they'll contact us and we'll either pick him up or they'll contact Tyreek and tell him he needs to turn himself in because he's being charged. That's what happened. The police used discretion at the moment of the investigation, and they decided, let's not go pick him up. Let's see if the district attorney wants to do something with this. We've concluded our investigation. Here's what happened. We pass it on to the DA's office. We did our job. Now, if they want to go ahead and charge him, if they tell us to go pick him up, we're going to do it. If they tell him he needs to turn himself in and issue a warrant for his arrest, then that's what happens. That's how it works. They don't arrest you all the time after they investigate. Ooh, he hit him. That's assault. Let's go pick him up. They only do that typically with people that's bad and they really don't like him. If Tyreek Hill would have got another hit on that man before he was held back, they would have been forced at that moment. Yeah, we got to go get him now. But since it ended up being just that one big hit, they're like, we're going to see what the DA's office wants to do. Because we don't want to waste police dollars and all of that when a lot of cases like this, the DA ends up doing a plea deal or whatever it may be anyway. So the DA office may say, hey, Tyreek, we need you to come in, go through booking and all of that. But we also want to offer you a plea deal. You plead no contest or you plead guilty, then probation or whatever, or community service or just a fine. It's that simple. What if we get police body cam footage and Tyreek is acting out? Police weren't there when Tyreek was there. This incident happened and the police came the next day to investigate what happened. Somebody said, you're the best at putting titles up that get people to click. Thank you. I guess that's good. But I don't understand why it's impressive. I put breaking news, Tyreek Hill's situation just got worse. Possible suspension. It did get worse because we found out overnight that the man will be pressing charges. That's a fact. And that could lead to a possible suspension. So I didn't think I was just getting people to want to come click on it like it's clickbait. Everything right there is factual. But if it's a good title and it got you to click and otherwise it wouldn't have, then okay, you're welcome. Oh, thank you, I guess. Thank you. No, I disagree, TD. SAO won't pursue once police doesn't charge. I'm former law enforcement. Dang, bro, if you former law enforcement, then you're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. You know how many times the district attorney's office literally issues warrants for arrests? You know how many times the district attorney's office literally charges people? They go to the judge, present the evidence, and if they get probable cause, grand juries, all of that stuff. What are you talking about? That's not the order of law. Just because the police don't charge, why else would the police tell the man, if you want to press charges, then go to the district attorney's office? Why would they tell him that? That's weird, Frank. You former law enforcement. That's weird, bro, for you to say that. Knowing that the district attorney's office, they're the ones. That's weird, bro. It's weird for you to say that. Knowing, if you know the process in the legal system, district attorney brings charges all the time. And if the district attorney brings charges, that means the police didn't. They bring cases to the DA all the time to see if they have enough to charge. Maybe we're looking at it two different ways. I don't know, bro. Maybe it's something I'm not getting in what you're saying, or maybe something you're not getting in what I'm saying. Shout out to Psychotic Maniac with the super chat donation. Appreciate you, homie. Jonah with the donation said, is there a silver lining to a Tyreek suspension? Tua can spend the first few weeks learning to go through his progressions rather than force feeding Hill. Well, first of all, yeah, there's a big issue with it, because the issue with the Tyreek Hill suspension is the fact that, number one, Tua doesn't have his security blanket. Number two, the timing and rapport that you build with Tyreek will be totally different with whoever takes over his place, so that when Tyreek does come back from a suspension, it can also throw off that chemistry. It's a chemistry thing too. It's a chemistry thing as well. And again, you play the Chargers in week 1. We can't afford a Tyreek suspension. Somebody said, you are being very critical of Tyreek, though. GTB, I'm very interested in you giving me an example of how I'm being critical of Tyreek. All I've done is reported information. I ain't say he's stupid. I ain't say he's an idiot. I didn't say nothing critical of Tyreek. All I've done is reported what happened. Anybody have an example of something I said that was critical of Tyreek today? Like, I'm gonna be honest, some of y'all, your comprehension concerns me. Like real talk. I don't mean to be getting on people live, but let's be honest. These are the type of allegations that I get all the time. And then when I ask for clarification, they don't have one. But and let me tell you what it really is. You feel like I'm being critical because nothing about this is good. It's how you feel. That's what's taking over in today's world, how you feel. And you don't even know how to articulate how you feel. So what you do is say, you're doing this, you're doing that. And all of that is a lie, and it's not a fact. It's wrong. But nobody can sit here on the stream right now and quote anything I said that was critical of Tyreek, because I'm not trying to be critical of him. Matter of fact, I started this stream out by saying I don't judge people. I serve a God who sent his son that forgave us for our sins. Who am I to criticize another man's sins if they were sins? All I'm doing is reporting what happened, what was reported. That's it. But people always do stuff like that. You're being so negative. And bro, just because I'm reporting what happened, that means I'm negative. And Sean B, I agree. He wants me to say Tyreek will be cleared and miss no games. Now, here you have TDPHINSTALK on the left, giving you all the facts, all the true situation of what's going on, telling you what could possibly come of it so that you're prepared and you know where this situation stands. And then you have Exhibit B on the right telling you, oh, this is nothing. Tyreek's going to be fine. He ain't going to be suspended no games. He going to get his 2,000 yards. Y'all don't worry. And in today's world, that B is what reigns over A. The other outlet is loved so much more than A. And then in the future, say Tyreek gets suspended 3 games. It's a plea deal, and everything A told you end up happening and being true. They don't come to A and be like, dang, I should have listened. What they do, they sit over with B and say, oh, this is crap. I can't believe them. They're just hating on us. And they live in that all day, every day. That's the type of stuff they live in. They don't live in a factual world. They don't live in a world that's giving you the truth and not coddling how you feel about the information you're getting. They want optimism instead of realism. And then if realism strikes them, there's some type of excuse of no accountability. Sean B., I'm listening. And again, there is nothing being said to what the guy said. It's all about Reek's reaction. I guess I could disclose that. I was told the guy said nothing other than you're not supposed to be on this boat. You all have to leave. You all need to get off of this boat. And from there, the back and forth banter, I ain't got to get off nothing where you need to leave. You have to leave this boat. I could buy you and this boat, these 50 marinas, whatever. Whack! I mean, we still have Jalen Waddle. We added Anderson and Berrios as Ukama is primed to play. So what if Hill misses a few games? Well, Naboro, we talked about that yesterday. Waddle, Berrios, Chosen, Anderson, whatever, or Waddle, Parker, and Gesicki. Which one you go into war with? Which one would you go into war with? We already know what an offense looks like with one. But which one would you prefer? Parker, Gesicki, and Waddle, or Waddle, Chosen, and Berrios? Just curious. I ain't saying either way. Somebody said I'd take Anderson over Parker if you ask me. No. See, but now you're glancing over Gesicki versus Berrios. You got to put all 3 together. See, so I can understand you saying Anderson over Parker. Yeah, okay, but we're talking about all 3. Parker, Gesicki, and Waddle versus Berrios, Anderson, and Waddle. Which one do you take? I know Gesicki ain't on the team, nor is Parker, but I'm making a point here. Because you're saying, anyway, let's just answer the question. You're going to take Parker, Gesicki, and Waddle all day. You're going to take that unit all day. And the reason why I bring that up is, don't say, well, we still got guys that's primed. We already saw this team with Waddle leading the way. So don't say, oh, yeah, but we got guys and there's Ukama prime. No. This offense will lag. Don't forget, we're talking about the guy who was 30% of the offense missing a game. The guy that you force feed? No, don't say, oh, we got Chosen, Berrios, and this and that. No, you're going to find out the hard way. You're going to find out the hard way if that man miss any games. Again, I'm one of the main people. I hope he don't get suspended. I don't care if you fine him out the kazoo, but don't oh man, Tyreek gets suspended. It's not good. He said it will lag, but I still think the rest of the team will pull out wins without Hill. See, this is where the problem comes. Your first game is the Chargers. See, the other team can pull out wins, and if you don't have them for the whole season, we ain't gonna win 0 games. We're gonna win some games, but you got to talk about if he got suspended, how long the suspension, and who do you play in that time frame? Who do you play in that time frame? If it's a 2-game suspension, you got the Chargers who already did what they did to you with Tyreek. And you got the Patriots, who has always played against our offense very well. It's just they couldn't score. So we end up winning. Don't let it be 3 games. Denver ain't going to be the Denver of last year. And on top of it, they had the best defense in the NFL up until week 10. When them injuries start happening, they traded Chubb. In week 4, I forgot. Who do we have week 4 before the Giants? Buffalo. We got Buffalo on the road. So, yeah, it's going to matter. Yeah, it's going to matter. We don't want him getting suspended, period. And like I said before, I just hope nothing comes out of this whole situation, period. But you don't want Tyreek getting suspended. It will not be good. Pat's got that cornerback from Oregon, too. He nice, 4.3 speed. Yeah, but still, they got one of them facing charges himself, and he's pretty good. What made the situation worse? I got in late. The guy said that he is now pressing charges. And this notion that the investigation is closed somehow seems like it might have been false. And also, the guy will cooperate with an NFL investigation now. Truly Thankful said, to put a positive spin on this, if we find a way to win against the Chargers, then we are who we say we are. Well, I hate to burst your bubble, homie, but let me tell you the flip of that. First of all, you got to find a way to win, which is highly unlikely if you don't have Tyreek, but it can happen. But if we do win, it does say we are who we say we are without Tyreek. Because if we win, I'm pretty confident that means that we spread the ball out. There wasn't this one guy you were trying to force feed the whole game. We had a great all-around game. Everybody was eating. But the problem is when Tyreek comes back, you're going to go right back to force feeding. Because he ain't going to be happy being no community guy. When he was with the Chiefs, he told you that. He got disgruntled. Came out in the media and said they're not using him properly. He wants more targets. He feels like they didn't utilize him like he should have been utilized. So that could also be an issue. And I'm all for spreading the rock around. I want Tyreek to get 1,400 yards, and I want Waddle to get 12. But I also want our next receiver to get 8. Spread that rock out. The defenses can't scheme because you're bringing it any way and every way. My bad. Some people are lucky. I try to be humble sometimes. Just realized certain people on Twitter yesterday, other creators were telling people that I was lying and putting false reports up about I could buy you and all this and that. But they ain't saying nothing now. They ain't saying nothing now. That's a shame. Good. Now oh Lord. He said, great rebuttal, TD. I'm just giving you my thoughts on it. He actually had a great comment because it led me to talk about that because I've always felt that way. I don't want Tyreek to be force fed. I don't want him to be just, get it. I want him to be just like it was with the Chiefs. When it comes your way in the flow of the offense, take advantage of it, but don't sit there and be expecting it on 1 out of every 3 plays. That's not offense. That's why it's so easy to game plan against us. That's why the Chargers, it was easy. So I said, for the love of God, Tyreek is not getting suspended. Hey, for the love of God, I hope not. That'd be great. Again, I don't think so either, but I know that the NFL, they have to make that determination. And it's not looking great. And I hope that they don't decide they want to make a precedent to this or look at his history. That's all I'm saying. TD, if the NFL didn't suspend Adams, the Tyreek is not getting suspended. Once again, why do y'all not look at the context of these situations? The guy said he was going to sue Jamal Adams, and did you hear anything about it after that? The Jamal Adams situation is totally different. It happened at work between 2 employees of the same company. You think they wanted that to become a bigger thing? It's not the same situation. CNN says they were complaining about the cost of the boat and didn't want to rent at first. There's footage from several video cameras, according to police. That's the first I'm hearing that. I'm sure more stuff is dropping right now. With AFC, how is y'all need every win y'all can get? I agree. I agree. I agree. We'll see. But again, I can't wait because footage will be released at some point. Then we can go from there. They got all this claim footage verified. At some point, it'll be released. At some point, it'll be released. Who can't go anywhere without being recorded? It's common knowledge. Yeah. You would hope that the docks didn't have footage, but it makes sense. You got these $100,000 boats and $1 million boats in some cases. So, yeah, they got cameras all out there. Because people on boats, what they love to do as well, ride their boat up, get on the boat, and they like to take the GPS systems. Them things be $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $10,000, y'all. Trust me, I know. because me and my dad, we go deep sea fishing a lot, and these people be trying to steal your navigation systems, your decks. You know how they used to steal radios out of cars? The boat version of those. Man, them things cost 10, 15, 20 grand in some cases. Them big yachts be having them 50,000, 60,000 for the monitors and all of that. So all of these docks be having the surveillance. Dude, probably a Jets or Bills fan pressing charges. Man, it don't matter what fan you is. I done told you, I'm a diehard Dolphin fan. Tyreek slapped me on the back of the neck. I'm doing this until that check clear. I mean, I'm be on this channel live. Hey, welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Y'all bear with me. It's just something I'm dealing with, and I won't stop. I won't stop. All the way to trial. All the way to trial. All the way to trial. So, yeah. And police told CNN of video surveillance. Yeah. Is this from the same trip where Drew Rosenhaus is wrestling sharks in water? Tyreek wants no part. You know what? I think they might have, after that altercation, fled the scene, and I think that they may have went with another charter after that, because you're in Miami, you got all kind of charters you can go out on. TD, this video stream will be used against you if you ever get hurt and sued. No. Listen, at the end of the day, I can have the video all I want. As long as the doctor sign off, that's all that matter, baby. That mean I'm really hurt. A doctor put his name on it. I'll tell you what happened with Tyreek, because I don't think that'll ever happen. So I'm making light of it. That's a joke. But let me clean it up just in case Tyreek ever come after me. I am going to training camp, So, hey. Hey, Tyreek, come out. Stop slapping people, man, unless you want to slap me. Hill will settle out of court. Yeah, that's what I keep telling y'all. At the end of the day, his team need to hurry up and grab this guy and get this cash rolling, man. At the end of the day, you got to pay. You got to pay, bro. Don't make this worse than it need to be. Y'all remember Watson's situation? Didn't they ask for a money grab at first? And he didn't want to give him the money. So he left it. So he went down the process, and look at what happened. But I understand him not wanting to give him the money, because the people will look at it as an admission of guilt, so they might have charged him. But he waited till he wasn't charged, and then he gave him the money. But Tyreek always had an attitude problem. That's the issue. That's what I'm worried about with the league. I'm worried they're going to look at the history and say, it's time for us to actually do something now before this gets out of hand. Because another incident after this can be the NFL neglected it for so long. We knew what happened before he came in the league. We saw what happened when he was in the league. And now he's slapping a guy again. Well, having this situation. We don't want the fourth situation to be something where they said the NFL should have done something a long time ago. I'm telling y'all, you got to look at how the front office may view this, the league office. We'll see. League wants him to make viral plays. Too much to do anything meaningful. They want Deshaun Watson to make viral plays too. They still had him out by 12 weeks. He has that Chad Ochocinco, Michael Irvin, T.O. attitude. I don't like players like that. I thought the Tyreek Hill baby mama drama happened in college. You mean the strangulation and assault? I keep getting confused at which one it is. It did. It did. I think it did happen in college. Hmm. Um, that's why he dropped in the draft. Yeah, I know. I know. Has he had any incidents like this in the NFL? Well, there was the one where he beat his son or something like that. He beat his child or something. They said, I don't know all the details on that, but the NFL decided he didn't violate the code of conduct, so they didn't suspend him. And charges were dropped or something like that because the woman involved was falsifying certain information or something like that. Something like that. Watson touched 100 women. Well, that's not true. Most of them he didn't touch. They touched him. Just FYI, I just want to make sure that was clear. Yeah, anyway, we'll see what the NFL says. We'll see what the NFL says. Time always tells y'all. Anyway, y'all, we're almost an hour and a half in. Again, I'll keep y'all up to date on the information and the situation as stuff continues to come through. And all breaking news and different things happening related to the Miami Dolphins. I'll let y'all know what I get and share with y'all as soon as it happens. All right. For all things Miami Dolphins. Okay. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fins up no matter what. Thank y'all for always loving and supporting the channel. Hey, y'all stay safe, be blessed, and take care of yourself out there. Real quick before I go, because we might have had a few more super chats. Pat's got that corner. Oh, do probably I already read them all. All right, we're good, y'all. I'll see y'all later. I'll turn your notifications on because if I do more than one video in a day, they may restrict the notifications being sent out. That's typically how it works. All right, again, peace. I'm out. Love you.